Welcome back YouTube to my channel for Everyday Life of an Aspie. If you're loving me right now, I'm AspieAnswersAll, or I'm known as Aspie on the daily right now. Basically, I'm all about talking about mental health awareness versus just sharing my life story with it. Species syndrome, OCD, and the like, taking you on a journey of my life and experiences with it, and hopefully you'll get to know me as a person behind the mask of these diagnoses, as well as just hopefully like giving you tips and advice along the way of certain everyday topics that may come up about, as well as just some messages of hope along the way as a young mentor and advocate. If you're old to my channel, I don't mean to call you oldies, but you know the drift, you know who you are, who has been loyal and supportive of me from day one. I thank you all for supporting me. I know, as I've said so many times before, that it's been a difficult one for me, but as we know, things do change, and we need to just get prepared for the changes that is yet to come, regardless of what it may be. Here's an example of my story of my life at the moment, living again, but that's all good. And all I'm going to do right now, as you know, I'm doing all about the dyslexia series as much as I can, so hopefully you guys can follow it through step by step, so that hopefully in due time, that with the ones that I'm missing of the topics, that these will come to understanding on what they are, how they work and whatnot. So there will be many more after the last piece of what I want to share with you all, but I humbly apologise. Just bear with me, because as I said, that something else is taking place of me. I'll just do as much as I can before I leave where I am to upload as many more I can, so that you guys can actually see more of me. So enough for the day, guys. Basically, before I run out of time, this is like part 2, episode 1, classification of dyslexia. And basically, as I've said before, there has been many cases and arguments about what the real actually definition of what dyslexia is versus every other like learning disabilities versus health conditions that it's about. But anyway, the classification basically for this is thought to have 2 types of causes, one which is related to language processing and the other one to visual processing for dyslexics. It is considered a cognitive disorder, something to do with your thinking patterns, but it's not a problem of intelligence. However, just dismiss that for one thought and 1 second. Do not ever think that just because someone is dyslexic that they're in their head. Many people need to get that. It's kind of stereotype and all that along the way, out of the way, so to speak. However, this is known as emotional problems that will often arise because of all this. Some published definitions has been and are purely descriptive about what dyslexia is all about, whereas others propose the causes of dyslexia. The latter usually covers a variety of reading skills and deficits and difficulties with distinct causes rather than a single condition. Anywho, from what I can gather, the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke definition describes dyslexia as difficulties spelling, phonological processing, the manipulation sound of words, what it means there of that word I'm using, of the grown-up word, or the rapid visual verbal responding. However, another one suggests, and the British Dyslexia Association defines or describes dyslexia as a learning difficulty that primarily affects the skills involved in accurate and fluent word reading and spelling, that is characterized by difficulties in phonological awareness, verbal memory, and verbal processing speed. Acquired dyslexia or alexia alike basically may be caused by brain damage due to stroke or atrophy. Forms of alexia could include the following: pure alexia, surface dyslexia, phonetic dyslexia, phonological dyslexia, and deep dyslexia. I'll be just describing all that briefly under the subtypes of the dyslexia, so that you guys can get an understanding to what these forms are all about of these alexias versus the dyslexias, so that hopefully that it'll just be clear in your mind and whatnot, so that we can go in an easy battle. So no further ado, guys, this is just a quick, short and brief kind of video basically on the one of the classifications of dyslexia. Feel free to give me the like and thumbs up for engagement. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. Feel free to comment below. Feel free to share the videos to family and friends. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. So I don't have to do. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. Do what you love what you do. Until next time, have a great day. See you soon.